follower active or passive? In other words, if you've got a leader and you do everything he or she says without argument, is that a good leader? Or a good follower is someone who can criticize the leader. And the leader can listen and follow and get insights and maybe another perspective. And I've never really thought about that until I read Rabbi Sachs's partial notes of this week. I think it's, on the surface, it seems an easy kind of question, but we always complain about the leaders, but often the leaders then say, you know, you vote for your leaders, you get the leaders you deserve. So in a way, maybe an interesting psychological reflection ourselves is we complain about leaders, are we really complaining about ourselves? And that's a good question to ask, especially in this parsha where we have Moshe, who was probably the greatest leader of the Jewish people of all time, being criticized as not being a good enough leader, even by God, if you consider it that way, to lead Klal Israel into the promised land, and that was given over to Joshua. So that's a Devar Torah idea that we can reflect on. I am, by the way, into this like 18th week of a retreat for myself into mindfulness. It's a contemplative question. That's been my big, I can say, the way my mindset has shifted during this time is to actually ask some profound questions that I've never really had time to ask. And what is leadership? You know, Rabbi Fox is a leader, but you know, he's got good followers. Saul Thompson's a leader, Richard Friedland's a Barry Shub is a leader, Ramaphosa is a leader. You can be a father, mother, and you can be a leader of your children, but you do need, in a sense, to be a good follower and be able to criticize. Finally, it just comes to mind that the Lubavitch Rebbe, which is for Chabad, was their greatest leader, I think, often spoke about not having followers, but developing leaders. And I think that's a profound idea, that the greatest leaders don't want followers, they actually want to develop leaders who have good followers, who become leaders in themselves. So that's my Devar Torah. I hope it was the thought-provoking and something to discuss. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you very, very much. And it's wonderful to see you. We haven't seen your face for a long time. It's great to see you. And thank you for those profound words. And I think I'm living up to what you spoke about, because I try to give everybody a chance here to be a leader and to share their words of wisdom with us. So thank you for doing that for us today. Now, of course, I nearly forgot that the doctor is ready with a joke as usual. So we'd like to hear from the doctor. Thank you again, Jonathan. Doctor, unmute yourself.
We can't hear the doctor.
Arthur, you need to unmute yourself.
Yes, there we go.
Hello.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Right.
now we can hear you.
Now we can.
Right. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, carry on.
We can
Right,
hear.
okay. A.B. Cohen has come to South Africa from Lithuania in the year 1920. And he speaks only Yiddish, and he decides he's going to learn English. And after 5 years, he decides he wants to become a South African citizen. So he goes for his oral test, and they said to him, we're going to test you out on your knowledge of English, can you spell the word cultivate? He says, sure, C-U-L-T-I-V-A-T-E. Very good. Now make a sentence with it. He says, fine. It was a very cold day, and I was standing at the bus stop, but it was too cold to wait, so I went home.
Very good, very good. That was very funny.
It's becoming more and more difficult to find new jokes every week. Not one joke has been repeated yet, huh?
Rabbi Fox, you need to unmute.
Rabbi, you muted.
Yes. I just wanted to say thank you, Doctor. That was great, as usual, and you've never let us down. We know that during the 3 weeks, especially the 9 days, we don't play instrumental music, but we are allowed to listen to and sing a cappella. So everything on this group here is a cappella. So Arnold, would you lead us in a song or two, and Jeff Allen as well? Thanks a lot.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Arnold. Unmute.
Here I am telling everybody else to unmute and I forget. So what do we need now? We need a little bit of muzzle. That's what we need. So let's sing. Wo nimmt men a bissale Masel, wo nimmt men a bissale Glink, der Dredel soll sich überdrehen und bringen mein Masel zurück. Die Welt ist doch verschaffen, für alle Menschen gleich. Oi, wo nimmt men a bissale Chotschek, a bissale Masel, a bissale Glink. Oy, wo nimmt men a bissale Masel, a bissale Masel, a bissale Glück. Jom Zores, Jorn vom Fein, Zeiten kin Ärgere, kenn schon nicht sein. Gegangen Fragen, verlassen im Bluff, gepatterte Jorn, gezeigen die Nacht, mitten zu brochene Miet. Frag ihr die Frage bei sie. Wo nimmt men a bissale Masel? Wo nimmt men a bissale Glück? Der Dredel soll sich überdrehen und bringen mein Masel zurück. Die Welt ist doch was schaffen, für alle Menschen gleich. Oi, wo nimmt men a bissale Chotschek, a bissale Masel, a bissale Glück. Oi, wo nimmt Masel,
So that means a little bit more muzzle.
Luck.
Glück is luck.
Good things, yes.
Beautiful.
Even my wife, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Arnold. Please, God, we should all have lots of mazel and lots of brocha from Hashem. And once again, we wish refuah shleima to Charles, to Norman, and to Brenda, and to everyone else who needs a refuah at this time.
I've got one more refuah. I see George is here. George's sister in hospital, also with COVID. What is your sister's name? I forgot her Hebrew name. But Miriam Batsima.
Mina.
Okay.
Mina. Miriam Bas Mina.
Miriam Bat Mina. We wish her a recovery. And I want to say one other thing, that people, the word yiches in Yiddish, what does it mean, yiches? Yiches means that you're family connected to somebody important. There's a guy who happens to be George's son-in-law, and who I think is one of the heroes of our community, and that is Anton Mayberg, Rabbi Anton Mayberg. George is Rabbi Dr. Anton Mayberg's, and I look forward every week to his podcast. He's the most informative of all the people that I know, beaten in by a long time.
Breaking up. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, Rabbi. It's lovely to have a muted rabbi. You know, that's a lovely thing to have a muted rabbi.
That's why we call this mute the rabbi.
No, he's immutable.
That's good, Jeff. Okay, over to you, Jeff, for a Shabbos Kodesh, Erev Shabbos Kodesh song.
Well, thank you. There's a song which was a love song, which we sing it actually in Shalosh Shudas, where we sing this. It's a love song between us and Hashem. It's a very, very beautiful one. It was written by a 16th century Kabbalist. It's a rabbi who lived in the 1500s, and a Zikri.
Is she there?
Rabbi Eliezer Zikri. And it's an intense love that one must feel for Hashem. And which we must feel for each other. We must actually feel for each other, but especially for Hashem. And he wrote this love poem, which we know as Yedid Nefesh. And I just hope you'd like this. Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Mashiach Avdecha, El Ratzonecha, Yarotz Avdecha, Gamal Yol, Yitach Rabeh, Amul Adorecha, Yerabloy, Yadidasecha, Minafetzuf, V'chol Tom, Adonai, Ziv Ha'olam, Nafshi choilas avosecho, Ona elna, Rafana la, B'hairos la, Noyam zefechos, Tischazik, V'sisrape, V'hoisolah, Simchas Olam, Vasik Yemuna, Rachamecha, V'chusona, Al Beinahu V'cha, Kisechama, Nixoif Nixafti, Leroy Meira B'Seferes, Ozecha, Lechamda libi, V'chusana, V'atis salam, Yigole ena, Ufroska vivi alai, Esukas shalomecha, Tair eretz, Mikvodecha, Nagila, V'nismacha boch, Maher hoiv, Kiba moed, V'chaneinu, Ki mei olam, lai 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 lai. La 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 la. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Does anybody else want to give us a good Shabbos bracha, a good Shabbos message? I'll just unmute everyone and let them just give us a good Shabbos message.
Have a good Shabbos and go keep safe and well.
Thanks, Owen and Helen.
Shabbos, everyone. Take care.
Have a good Shabbos and keep well. Have a
Good Shabbos and keep well, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Keep warm and safe.
Kind on you and keep
See you
healthy.
next week at 2.
Well.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you to our
Shabbos,
special
everybody.
guest.
Good
Thank
Shabbos.
you.
I hope that
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Arnold.
19, when we open up the shuls, we can take this mute and this unmute phenomenon back into shul. So we can mute all the talkers, and when the rabbi's going on a bit, we can unmute the rabbi. But I'm sure the Israelis will find some innovative way to bring mute into shul. Good Shabbos, everybody.
Very good,
Shabbos,
Doctor.
Shabbos.
Shabbos, yeah. Shabbos.
I see
Shabbos.
Joseph Hopsha's joined us. So, hello, Joseph. Okay, cheers, everyone. Good Shabbos.
Good
Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos.
Thank you, John and Ellen.